Everyone assumes Israel is going to win this war. But what if they're wrong? What if Iran actually defeats Israel? What would that mean for the Middle East, for the United States, and for the world? This isn't just a wild theory. It's a possibility. And the consequences could be more dangerous than anyone realizes. When people talk about Iran winning, they often imagine it through the lens of a conventional war. But Iran doesn't need to invade or occupy Israeli land to claim victory. A win for Iran could look very different. It could mean forcing Israel into a ceasefire on Tehran's terms. It could mean crippling Israel's defense systems with a coordinated strike. It could mean Hezbollah and Hamas gaining the upper hand on the ground, while Iran takes credit for breaking Israel's military edge. And most significantly, it could mean the United States hesitating or failing to back Israel the way it always has. That kind of symbolic victory, where Israel is no longer untouchable, would send a massive message to the world. Now picture what follows. Across the Middle East, the dominoes begin to fall. U.S.-backed Gulf countries like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Bahrain watch in panic. Iran, long seen as a rogue state, now looks like the strongest regional power. The response is predictable and dangerous. Arab states begin quietly developing nuclear programs. Syria, Iraq, and Lebanon fall deeper under Iran's control. The Houthis in Yemen, already emboldened by Iranian support, increase their attacks. Jordan, Egypt, and even Turkey begin reconsidering their alliances. In one war, the entire balance of the Middle East is rewritten, but the shockwaves won't stop there. If Iran defeats Israel, the damage hits Washington next. America's long-standing credibility in the region would suffer a direct hit. For decades, the U.S. has positioned itself as the ultimate power broker in the Middle East. A victory for Iran, despite sanctions, despite isolation, would expose cracks in American dominance. Allies would begin to question U.S. protection. Enemies would begin to test American limits. Russia might move faster in Ukraine. China could intensify pressure on Taiwan. North Korea may escalate its missile tests. And at home in the U.S., gas prices would soar. The economy would react sharply. Financial markets hate uncertainty, and the collapse of U.S. influence in the Middle East is a terrifying unknown. Iran, meanwhile, would rise like never before. Tehran wouldn't just gain territory or bragging rights. It would claim something far more powerful: regional legitimacy. It could emerge as the new leader of the anti-Western world, forming a more active alliance with Russia and China. The power balance within OPEC could shift, giving Iran leverage over global oil prices. Iraq becomes a loyal satellite. Syria becomes a base of power. Lebanon falls into deeper control under Hezbollah. Iran, once seen as isolated, now commands influence from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean Sea. And what about Israel? The aftermath of defeat would be devastating. The country's belief in its military superiority would be shattered. The political leadership might collapse. Public trust in the military, intelligence agencies, and U.S. alliances would plummet. Mass protests could erupt. Citizens would demand answers. Some may flee. Others may call for all-out retaliation. But Israel is a nuclear-capable state. What if defeat pushes it to the edge? What if the fear of annihilation forces its hand? The possibility of a nuclear response, even if only strategic or symbolic, can't be ruled out. That moment comes would be one of the most dangerous in human history. Now let's stop and ask, is this all even possible? Iran has strengths, yes, but it also has deep weaknesses. Its air force is outdated. Its economy is fragile, suffocated by years of sanctions. Its people have risen in protest multiple times. Its leaders face global isolation. And while Iran is strong in indirect warfare, its proxies, hackers, missiles, Israel has unmatched intelligence, cutting-edge defense systems, and an unspoken nuclear threat. Still, Iran doesn't have to win in traditional terms. It only has to hurt Israel enough to declare victory in the eyes of its allies. And right now, that's the kind of war Iran is good at, one of endurance, attrition, and messaging. So, what if Iran wins this war? The answer is simple and terrifying. The map of the Middle East would change. The United States would face its greatest foreign policy crisis in decades. A new axis of power would rise, challenging the West on every front. Global economies would tremble, nuclear risks would escalate, and the world would edge one step closer to a far more dangerous future. Do you think Iran could actually win this war? Or is this just fear-driven speculation? Let us know in the comments, subscribe now, and stay updated. Because whether it's war, peace, or something in between, the world is changing fast. And we're here to help you understand it.